Today we're building the best-selling Amazon gaming setup. Each of these items are the best-selling ones in their category, so we're going to unbox all of them, check them out and see if they are worth their #1 spot. Now these two big boxes make me kind of worried. As you can see, we bought the best-selling gaming chair on Amazon, but does a whole gaming chair fit in a box that's this thin? So these are two planks that will be forming the whole desk. I am not sure what to think about this. It's definitely going to be a small desk. I hope that our PC will fit on it. Okay, let's put them together to see the size. So this is definitely big enough for one gaming monitor and then keyboard and mouse, but it was the best selling one, so we're gonna build it. Alright, I completely forgot. This was a standing desk. The best selling desk on Amazon was a standing desk. So I just finished building this desk and the motor seems pretty small to me. However, it is a very small desk. It is sturdy though. It comes with two pre-made holes on the side, so we can use that to connect our headset hanger. So let's turn around this desk. Alright, now we have a bunch of best-selling stuff here. I really can't wait for these headphones. I tested a $1.5 AliExpress headset before and even that sounded decent, so can't wait for this best-selling one. And we're gonna be installing all of this best-selling stuff after this sponsor segment. Want to live stream but not spend days on finding great stream graphics? Owned Pro is the ultimate stream graphics companion. It now features the scene builder, which allows you to very quickly set up a complete overlay by choosing one of their free or premium designs. After personalizing your overlay, you can add it as a browser source in OBS Studio and boom, you have your first complete streaming scene. You can also add your own stream graphics, and with their live widgets, labels like recent follower are easily customizable to fit your design. And it gets better because Owned Pro now also features a new AI assistant. You can ask it any streaming related questions, for example ideas for channel point rewards. Owned Pro is completely free to use, but in case you want to upgrade, there will be a discount code in the description. This looks like a tiny school desk. Now it was a very popular desk though, so I want to take it seriously. You have these two caps to put in the front, and this is gonna be to put cables through it. We can make the desk go up like this. It is pretty slow though, and I checked out the manual. If you want to save this position, you press this button, you press the number, and then boom. If you now go to another position and then you press 1, it will go back to the one that we set. However, the real question is, can it carry me? Usually I do this test with more beefy and more expensive desks, but we're gonna test. So I'm gonna press on 3, which should be very high, and okay, this doesn't even sound like it's having trouble. It sounds the same as when we did it without me on it. I'm actually not sure how high this is gonna go. I'm getting anxiety. Can it go higher? This is the highest. Now, before I forget, the price of the desk was $159. So since it's a standing desk, that's a budget option. And the price of this PC is $1,000. But since PC parts update so quickly and there's always new builds that are the best of the moment, you will see 3 links in the description with the best builds of that month. We always change the month so that you know if the build is up to date, so you can check that if you want specific parts. Now, even though the desk is very small to put your PC on it, we only have one gaming monitor, to which I'm very much looking forward, by the way, but it will fit next to the PC, so that's the layout we're gonna go with. So before we start installing the rest of the stuff, there are 2 things we need to install now. The LED strip will go on the back of the desk, and together with that we will need to be installing the best-selling cable management tray. And there are a bunch of options, but all of those are cable raceways. But number 10 was the first cable management tray, and that is this one right here. So it feels okay, a bit flimsy when you push on it, but that's just the way that this is built. It's the material. Installing this requires no drilling because you just attach the clamps to the tray, and then this here clamps to your desk. Besides this, you also get some strips and then some mini cable holders, so you can just easily shove this on and then tighten the clamp. So then you can just take a power strip, you put this in, and then there are these holes on the side which are very useful because you can put the cable through, and then this way you just have your clean power strip inside, and then the cable of the power strip can just go like this to the bottom. However, the desk will be going up and down, so you need to make sure that the cable is a bit longer so that when it goes down it's like this, and then when it goes up it has room to stretch. I'm gonna first put the cable of the PC through here, plug it in the strip, then just put the cable in. So I did some more cable management. As you can see, the desk is very clean now. Even the cable of the standing desk itself is hidden, so the cable of the desk and the PC are arriving in here. And then this here is the cable of the power strip that's very cleanly going to the bottom, and then here it's plugged in into the power. And so as you can see, one way of doing it is by combining two of these strips, or another way is by using these cable holders or clamps with double-sided tape, and we did the same thing on the bottom of the desk. Now the best-selling RGB strip, this is pretty funny. So this one right here, the 10 Miro, if I'm not butchering the name, this one is the #1 bestseller, 10,000 bought past month. However, I wasn't able to order them, so I ordered different ones in Belgium. And what I ordered were these ones, Remir. They're also pretty popular, 500 in the past month. They are cheaper. So these are practically identical lights that are just cheaper. You can also buy them in the US. Look on the bottom, the application, the remote, and then the smart receiver. If I switch to the best-selling ones, it's exactly the same thing on the bottom. It's also two strips in a box, just like the Remir ones. Even the power cord here, it's the same image. So this is a better option than the best-selling ones. However, I have to be honest, they smell horribly. Ugh. This reminds me of when I bought a pre-built PC on Amazon. I opened the box and I was greeted with the same type of smell. Cannot describe it differently than toxic chemicals. Now the one I bought is way too long. Look at this. You don't even see it moving on the roll. I could cover the whole studio with this, and we have two of them. However, luckily the manual says that you can cut them on these places. So I started attaching the strip from this side all the way around the desk, but as you can see, they don't work now, and it's because this here is hanging down, and they also don't give any way to attach this to your desk or something. So I have double-sided tape here. You could buy this as well, but you have to make sure that this is very cleanly attached, and then, for example, tape this to the bottom of the desk like this, and then they will work. Okay, and since this side here will be exposed, I'm not gonna attach strips there. So right here you can cut them off, so I'm gonna do that. Let's hope they still work. There we go. I was scared for a moment because they turned off, but they are fine. So they come with two ways to control them, an application and the remote. The battery is included. By the way, these are amazing strips for only $10, and we have 100 feet of them for $9.80, something like that. So there are a bunch of controls on the remote. It does work, but what most people will be interested in is the application. You can easily go to the color page and change the color. You can even link it with your music app and then it will react to it. There's a bunch of scenes like usual, but in general about this strip, the application is very snappy. It connected immediately. The only possible downside about these strips is that the LEDs are very far away from each other. With Govee strips, it's like one here, one here, one here, one here. But as you can see, even with all of these lights in my room, you can still perfectly see them. So for $9 for 100 feet, or even less if you want shorter ones, which you probably will, this is an amazing buy, and I will link both options in the description. Now, the next product is one that was a bit unpleasant to buy, and this also strikes a different conversation. So this keyboard and mouse combo was the best-selling one in the gaming keyboard category, and I think we can all agree that this is definitely not a gaming keyboard, and this is sadly something that happens a lot. Companies change the category of their products to try and rank higher in that category, because then in the case of this keyboard here, they can get the #1 best-selling tag, and the reason they have to do it like this is that the normal PC keyboard category is much bigger than the gaming keyboard category, so this here would never rank as the best-selling one in the overall category, so they choose a smaller one and they try to get on top in that one. And so that's the reason that for this gaming setup, we now have a normie keyboard and the crappy fake Apple mouse. I am not enjoying this. Okay, it was the receiver. The mouse does need batteries. The keyboard does as well. Oh, but look at this, they are included. So it does come with one receiver. I think it's one receiver for both. Anyways, this keyboard and the mouse combo isn't gonna be interesting for gamers. I bought products for another video, all with like 100,000 reviews, and for that I did buy gaming focused products. If you want to see that video, make sure that you subscribe, because all of those products looked really interesting. However, we have a lot of cool stuff here as well. We have a gaming mic, gaming headset, budget monitor, budget gaming monitor, and of course the gaming chair in a suspiciously small box. Let's check out this chair. So the price of this gaming chair was $130, which means that while I don't expect premium quality, I do expect it to be pretty comfortable, and I do expect it to be decently built and sturdy. Now, I was unboxing this whole chair, and there is a cable coming out of the back support, and then on the inside it's basically foam with this in it. Maybe this is like a speaker. I assume this will be vibrating, and maybe it's a massage chair. I want to plug this in to test it. So I think there's a USB plug here. So let's see, I'm gonna plug it in. Oh, oh, this is pretty strong. It is definitely a massage chair. Look at this. So let's put it back in and close this. We will be testing this feature. Now I have to be honest, I expected a bit less assembly work. This does not look fun. Alright, and it's finished. Now Zana did the building of the chair. We made a quick time lapse of it. She said that the building process was pretty fluent and straightforward. It did take about 30 to 40 minutes. However, everything was included. There are even spare parts. And I have to say, this chair looked like the redwish.com chair I built a while ago. Also, the mechanical working of this handle seems the same, but the chair overall feels higher quality. The cushions are definitely thicker and like more stuffed and filled. We can loosen this lever on the side and then we can lean backwards. This is the most you can do. There's also this leg rest here, so you can lean backwards, then lay like this. It doesn't go that high though. This is the highest, although I can't even touch the floor anymore with my heels, which says more about me than about the chair. Alright, now I'm very curious for the massage function. Okay, it's this one. Let's try and see how much this vibrates on your back. Okay, so I've been testing it for a while. My back is almost getting itchy from all the vibrations. It's not really massaging my back, but it's also not doing nothing. Also, as suspected, there's no off switch besides just unplugging it. It is a fun addition, but it's not really that useful, I think. Alright, now for the monitors, I have two options here. So the position of the best-selling monitor on Amazon always goes to Scepter. It is always on number 1. However, if you click on the listing, you will see that there's a few models. So they have a bunch of variations under one listing. And I think this here is pretty much the most popular one. This is a usual 24-inch monitor, 1080p, 60 Hz or 75. However, since this is a gaming setup and since all of these screens were under one listing and we can't really know for sure which one is the actual best-selling one, I chose the most fitting for this setup. So this is 27-inch, which is nice and big for gaming. It is IPS, which means that the colors will look pretty good. It is 165 Hz, which means it's gonna be super smooth for gaming, especially FPS games. The only downside of this monitor is that it's 1080p, and some people say that for a 27-inch monitor, 1080p is a resolution that's too low. However, I did share my opinion on this already, but I will quickly do it again. If you go for 27-inch, 1440p would be better. But if you're going with a budget gaming setup, now this one would do because it's $1,000, but a lot of people have a cheaper PC, so if they're looking for a gaming monitor, they won't be able to run 1440p plus high refresh rate. So then in my opinion, it's better to have a lower resolution like 1080p, but still have a 27-inch screen, have high refresh rate, because if you can look past the few pixels that you will see, you will have a great gaming experience on a lot of PCs. It doesn't look that bad. We could have done better, but I want to use everything we bought, so that's also these cable management holes. The next thing we're going to add is a product that probably deserved the number 1 rank. So this here is the Fifine Ampli game. It was a number 1 best-selling microphone. However, as you can see on the number 1 spot, it was a microphone kit, and so that's this microphone plus one of those basic mic arms. And I obviously didn't buy the kit because I have the mic itself, and all of these arms are the same. So the arm itself, I've shown this in many videos already. I'm not gonna go in depth on this. It is a simple clamp. All right, it works already. And then now we need our microphone. This is a good-looking and good-sounding microphone. I'm going to add it on top of the arm, and so the arm obviously is adjustable, and then you can loosen the mic itself, adjust it like this, and you have to rotate it a bit because this here is the pop filter. And so let's adjust the mic a bit. This is how you will speak into it. You can mute it on the top. This is a capacitive button. Now we might have a problem with the length of this cable because you need to plug it into the back of the mic, then route it all the way across this mic arm, and then this part needs to reach all the way here into the PC, which probably won't work, so we'll have to attach it on the other side. And luckily we have a few straps left here. This is from the white cable management tray. It was included in the box, and this is perfect because we can use this to manage the cable of this microphone on this arm. And so this is a great trick. If the cable arrives here on the bottom pretty sturdily, you can make it go this way because then you won't see it from the front, and then you can push it through like this, pull it all the way through, and then the cable will be very cleanly going to the back of the desk. And then the cable arrives here, and you can put it through the cable management hole, pull it through, and then just like that you can plug it into the PC. By the way, I'm really loving this chair. It looks great. But the last thing I wanted to say about the cables is that if you're afraid that the whole thing on the bottom will come loose like this if you're not careful, you can always buy these very small cable holders. They are extremely cheap. You can buy a bunch of them for like $2 on Amazon, on Wish, on Temu, AliExpress. Most of them come with double-sided tape on the back, so then you can easily connect them anywhere on the bottom of your desk, for example, and that way you just push your cable through and then it won't move anymore. Alright, now I want to test the microphone, but I don't have any way to listen to it, so we're going to install the headset. This here is a hugely popular headsets. I've wanted to buy and test this for a while now. It was obviously the best-selling headset on Amazon, because otherwise we wouldn't have bought it. However, this is such a small headset. This feels very small compared to other ones. Feels very plasticky because, well, it is plastic. There is a cushion for the top of your head, but it's very thin. I'm not sure how comfortable this headset will be after wearing it for a long time. It feels cheap on my head, I'm gonna be honest, but it might sound good. So that combined with not feeling painful after wearing it for like more than an hour or 2 hours is what we're after. It feels pretty hard here on the top. The cushion doesn't really help. Also, the cable is pretty short. Like, I don't even think we can reach here. I can game like this. I can be like, hey guys, welcome to the stream. It is compatible with PS5, PS4, PC of course. And we forgot a mic. We also need to test that in case you don't want to buy a microphone, but you still want to be able to talk to your friends. Alright, testing this very soon together with the microphone. So let's turn this PC on already. Really curious to see the monitor. Not looking forward to the mouse though. Like, what is this even? Why was this a #1 best-selling gaming keyboard and mouse combo? Like, I am just as disappointed with the mousepad, honestly. Like the gaming keyboard, mouse and mousepad on Amazon. This is just a disgrace. By the way, if you're a real gamer, this makes me think of something that I don't want to show in a video. It does have a huge amount of grip though. I can move this whole desk with the mousepad. Like, I gotta give it that. Now, you won't hear me saying that it's not comfortable. It definitely is. Try to game with this range here. Like, now, I'm not sure if you can see this, but there is so much ghosting going on. Like, if I move it to the right, look how much it is kind of lagging. Also, when I'm scrolling, like, the text becomes pretty much unreadable. But maybe it's because the monitor is probably still at 60 Hz and we might have to set it to 165. It is much better. Look at this, there's no black left. And let's scroll. Okay, that's much better. It was because of the refresh rate. So when I'm moving this window, this feels very snappy. The monitor is definitely a great FPS monitor. I'm gonna test the game in a minute. Now, we're quickly going to add the ring light and then the webcam, because I want to test everything together. And this is a webcam I've been wanting to test for a very long time. It's a really popular one. It was definitely the #1 best selling. It's the Nexigo N60, and this could become my new favorite budget webcam. Now, the ring light itself, this is gonna become a problem. Anyway, this comes with a very strong clamp, and I was like, there's no way we can attach this like on top of the monitor. But look on the box, they literally clamp it on top of the laptop, like just completely on the screen. And look at this, it's not even that like the flat part is flat on the top of the screen and therefore doesn't really hurt it that bad. It's literally like pointing towards the screen and then just pushing it in probably. There is no way we can use this. My hand is tired from pressing the clamp. The only thing I want to do with this is clamp it on the webcam and then just re-aim like this. Okay, now I'm testing the gaming monitor and the headset and the microphone and stuff. I'm gonna let you listen. I just think that it's very useful when a monitor has some speakers, because there's always a scenario where you don't have your headphones, for example, and then you just want to quickly listen to something. You can with this monitor. However, this headset is much better. And I'm listening to it right now. It sounds really nice. It sounds clear. There is bass. And I talked about this before. The headphones aren't super comfortable, but they are $22. They sound great. So I understand why they are the best selling one. Now let's test the microphone. And while doing that, we can immediately test the webcam as well. So this is the headset microphone. And I listened to it before. I think it sounds good. I will switch to the 5-fine ampli game. Okay, and the 5-fine should be active right now. Also, you can see that it's RGB now. If I click on top, it will mute. So the lights turn off and then the mic turns off as well. I'm starting a game of Apex because I want to test the monitor. And the base of all the menu items is really apparent in the headset. It's great. The high refresh rate of the monitor is definitely noticeable. Like, for real, this is so smooth. For most games, I'm honestly not bothered by the 1080p. So what you're seeing right now is the combination of everything. The only lights on right now are the ring lights and then my room lights. The 5-fine ampli game is recording my voice. I really like this budget webcam. And the monitor is a great 27-inch 1080p 165 Hz. I'm gonna test more Scepter monitors in the future. I bought the most budget 100 Hz monitor. The video will launch in a few weeks. You can subscribe for that. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day.